We're live again from Corvallis. I'm here with Kathleen George, one of the two women candidates this year, which is very unusual. But I just got done interviewing, what's her name? Denise Harvey.
Yeah, that's her name.
That's her name. Yeah, yeah. And we're a little bit more than midway through the campaign season right now. So, what's your take on the campaign so far?
You know, I wish that we could focus on having a really respectful discussion of the ideas, and I do believe that there are quite a few people out there doing that. What I do find discouraging is that there's quite a few people in our community who just seem to want to use, issues or questions to just create a wedge. If you don't feel this way, then you're somebody I shouldn't talk to. You're somebody I can say disrespectful things about. I've always been somebody who's wanted us as a tribe to be able to talk about whatever the business of the day is, whether the matter is controversial or not, but be able to speak to one another respectfully, because that's how I really believe we create solutions. But when I see people just labeling people, when I see people not talking to people, that discourages me. Now, I have to say, I still think we're making a lot of progress overall. I can remember a few years back going to tribal council meetings where you had council members openly bickering and lashing out each other at meetings. Very glad to say we don't have that anymore, and we conduct our business in a respectful manner. But I really think the future is us practicing being able to talk to one another about the tough issues and coming together as a community. And so that's what I'm going to keep doing, and that's what I really hope that we can all do, because the issues are real, the issues are tough, but we'll tackle them together.
So we just, of course, people have gotten their ballots and they've seen the advisory votes, and we're going with what, 5, 6, 7 this year, something like that, somewhere around there.
Yeah, we had quite a few on there and quite a variety of issues. It'll be really interesting to see what tribal folks think about those. Of course, that's part of the amendment we made, the General Council Ordinance, to institutionalize every year this advisory vote process. And it's really exciting to me to see the way it's changing the way we govern. We can see market rate elders housing being built as a result of an advisory vote. Of course, we conducted the constitutional amendment election as a result of the advisory vote. So I'm really interested in hearing what folks seem to think today. We have had the issue of removing the BIA from our election process as a discussion with the membership before. But this is coming off the heels of kind of a really difficult election process with the federal government, with the Bureau. And so it'll be interesting what our tribal membership has to say in light of our recent experience, for sure.
Well, what are some of the other ones that you're curious to see how members feel about it?
I am interested in seeing, what they think about the proposal for the small loans program. That's an idea that was raised, and it was shared that it really helps a lot of folks avoid these very high interest pawn shop or payday loan type situations that can really be a bad situation for people if they get involved in solving short-term financial problems by using those sorts of services that are just so difficult on people. And this is what I love about the advisory vote. It really is just putting out there to the membership, do you think this is something that the tribe should get into or not? And I can't wait to hear the answer. I have no prediction of what the answer will be, whether tribal members will think, yeah, I think that could be really helpful to our families, or no, tribal council, that's not a direction we want to see you go in. So I just think that's the best way to use an advisory vote, is to throw it out there and let the people tell us what they think.
So what's an issue that, as you get out there and press the flesh and rub elbows with tribal members, what's an issue that has been brought up by voters that's a little surprising to you?
Well, one issue that came up in at least one of the forums was the idea of that this tribal council, somehow isn't communicating with the tribal membership, or we don't, there's some issue with tribal members coming to the meetings. And I really spent some time thinking about that and wanted to find out, is that true? Because from where I sit the last almost 3 years, I think we've been making more efforts to communicate more regularly in different ways with our membership than we ever have. So I don't know about you, but when I want to watch a particular game or I want to watch a particular movie, I don't have to watch it when it's live on TV. I record it and I watch it when it's convenient for me. Well, our tribal members have the same ability with our tribal council meetings, our general council meetings, our legislative action committee meetings on Tuesday mornings. So recently, tribal council reached out to IT and said, well, you know, how many tribal members are watching these meetings? And I was really pleased to find out that your average tribal council meeting on a Wednesday night is getting on average about 300 views, and our general council meetings are getting about 200 views, and just a Tuesday morning legislative action committee gets about 325 views on average. So that means that we have hundreds of tribal members on average that are checking in when it's convenient for them, seeing what's going on, hearing about the issues coming before tribal council. I think that is a great way that we are making it convenient for tribal members to get their information when it's easy for them. I think another investment the tribal council made last year was the full-time position with our tribal paper, our tribal media Smoke Signals, full-time position for a multimedia internet reporter. So we now are seeing podcasts and short online videos and just a broader array of ways in which our tribal membership can get information about what's going on out at the tribe. So, you know, when you see hundreds of tribal members, you know, checking out our meetings when it's most convenient for them, I think that just shows we're providing resources that the tribal membership wants. And we understand that not all of our membership, or even most of our membership, lives right around Grand Ronde, but we're providing multiple ways for people to participate and understand what we're up to. And I think that's a great sign.
Good. All right, well, we're at about 5 minutes, so I know we wanted to keep this short, and we've got powwow coming up this weekend. You get excited about that?
Absolutely, very excited. I have cousins coming into town from out of state, and my boys and my family are looking forward to being out there and catching up with a lot of friends. Powwow is always a great time of year, so everybody show up out at the powwow grounds. It'll be great to see you.
All right, awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, Chris.